Hi, how are you? Today's video is technically part 2 of last week's video, Soapmaking in Seatown, but it's nothing to do with soapmaking really. It's just a walk that myself and Dave took around Seatown after we were done making soap with Johnny. And it was basically an unplanned trip around Seatown. We didn't do any research beforehand, but we did share the few tidbits of information we knew with you, and anything we could find quickly from good sources we added in for good measure as well. So it's a really nice sort of impromptu stroll around one of the oldest parts of Dundalk town, which is Seatown, and then onwards down to St. Helenas Park and the Castletown River. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really sorry if you tuned in for more soapmaking and you're disappointed, but Johnny did tell me to tell you that his fantastic soaps that I highly... Helicopters. You take your time, don't you worry about it. But Johnny did tell me to tell you that his fantastic soaps that I totally recommend will be available very, very soon, since himself and Par, I believe, are working on the website this week. Anyway, for now, enjoy our stroll around Seatown. Okay, so we're just over to the river here now. It's actually incredibly overgrown and you can't really see it at all now. This Windmill pub, it's a pity to see it slightly falling apart there. It's been here in town for a very long time. Obviously you can see why they call it the Windmill. We've got the old windmill out the back there. And when this place was occupied, I'd say it was probably the owners who were keeping this very tidy. And also they used to have ducks and I think geese and all kinds of interesting fowl. You know, the bumblebees are loving it. So Dave, this is your neck of town now.
Yeah, this is my neck of town.
Do you know anything about the windmill that you can tell us, Dave?
It hasn't been functioning in the last 100 years.
We've got those square post holes.
Yeah, so there used to be a balcony, or a wooden balcony or thing going round that, and right up the top there where the wee gap is, that's where the windmill. They were taken down in 1870. So there were.
What was taken down in 1870?
The actual windmill.
Oh right.
Itself, and the balcony around the edge of it. 1870.
Oh, it was like a...
Yeah,
like
we're getting to different levels, different parts of the...
Yes.
thing.
There is another monument, or another memorial marker, memorial stone. Two brothers, John and Patrick Waters, who were taken out and shot. The 18th of June 1921, aged 23 years. So we pray for their souls. Across from us there you can see the Cooley Mountains. We're not going to take you to the quay today. We'll leave those landmarks in that part of town for another day.
The Franciscan Bell Tower down the bottom
that we're going to see up here now.
We're going to see in a wee bit is known as the castle.
The castle, yeah.
Mill Street Castle. It's the 12th to the 13th century there, so early 13th I think. This is up here. Okay. But I always guess the date wrong. This I'm always well out.
And you should know, Dave. It's your local landmark.
This is my part of the town, like.
Can you hear that siren sound? There's a high-speed chase in the middle of the town. The echoes resonate.
It's called Seatown. This is a very old part of Dundalk town. This is Seatown Castle, as we refer to it. Dave has just done the quick wiki search.
So John Duverdun founded this friary.
John Duverdun, so obviously some relation to Rosie, to Rowena,
all the crew,
and Bertram.
Yeah.
Dave says that the internet says 1240s, but he wants to check the plaque on the side. And you can see, like, this is still as solid as anything. I mean, they don't let people into it. 1240.
So in 1315.
In 1315, Robert the Bruce
and his soldiers attacked this priory.
Killed 22 monks.
It was caught in battles between Northern Irish and the British, and destroyed a heap of times, but it was rebuilt by Deputy Sir Leonard Grey in 1539.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous, but this whole road is kind of very beautiful. We have a lot of Victorian era architecture. A lot of the roads around Dundalk like this are inspired by Parisian boulevards. Yeah, haven't heard me say that yet. It was a fact I learned when I was learning about the Lord Limerick. I was reading the book about his tours around Europe, and he was hugely inspired by Paris and by boulevards that would come from the sort of estate homes, the stately homes of the rich people up near the Seine, and these roads would go the whole way, like through their estates, through the parks that their houses stood in, and right up to the water. And I think he really liked that fluid movement between these beautiful picturesque homes and, you know, the Seine, the river just beyond it. And I think he was trying to achieve something similar here, and to be honest, I think he's pulled it off quite well. Dundalk certainly has a very unique feel to it. They're very pleasant and beautiful for people just walking around the town. It's something really nice to look at. It feels historic, but it's wide and open. It's got these really old trees the whole way down too. And it leads you down to the park, St. Helenas Park down the bottom, where I think we're gonna just go and take in the sun for a few minutes while we're up this far.
So I doubt you will believe it.
So when you come up through the park to the other end, you hit the river here, the Castletown River, which I grew up beside, so I have a very soft spot in my heart for this part of town. And we thought, you know, after our nice morning of learning about soap making, we just park ourselves here for 20 minutes before we probably head homewards, and I don't know, I think maybe get some gardening. I wasn't expecting the weather to get so nice there, Dave, were you?
No, it's an absolutely glorious day.
It's just absolutely stunning now. It was lashing rain this morning, as is often the case, so I think that's about it from us. We're going to finish up there and enjoy the scenery for a few minutes and then head home. So hit subscribe for more fun and witchy adventures. I upload every Thursday and very often on a Monday or a Tuesday as well, and you're not going to want to miss it. Slán agus beannacht, goodbye and good luck to you.